Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes It Up. Today I'm going to do my June favourites for you. I've got quite a mix of beauty and a little bit of kind of random favourites as well in this video. So I'm just going to jump straight in, and the first thing I'll start with kind of skincare bases I've been loving is the Lancome Advanced Genifique, the Youth Activating Concentrate. So it's kind of like a serum type product. I use this, I cleanse, tone, and then I put this on before I moisturise. And what I like about it is it just goes straight into the skin. It really feels, it doesn't feel tight or drying, but at the same time it doesn't feel like it's kind of leaving anything sitting on the skin. It does go through all the layers really well, and I just find this very brightening on the skin. I find it leaves the kind of the overall balance of my skin looks really good, and it definitely kind of unifies the skin tone as well. So I've been loving that, and I find it works well with the combo that I'm using at the minute. The second product I've been absolutely loving is the Bare Minerals. This is the Complexion Rescue. It's kind of like a tinted hydrating gel cream. It's very similar to that of a BB cream or a tinted moisturiser in texture. It's quite light in feel, and it gives a really nice kind of light finish to the skin. Very nice for summer, very fresh looking, and I'm actually using this in, I think, the video that's coming out next week with a model. I have a tutorial that you'll be able to see me use this in action. I love this. I've been using it a lot on my kit recently. You get 35ml, which is quite good for a base. Usually they're 30ml, and yeah, I just find it really, it's a little bit dewy, but it just looks very fresh, very natural, and this is nice if you don't like the feeling of a lot of makeup on your skin. The next product I've been really loving, and I mentioned in my video with Monica Blunder, which I'll link below if you haven't already seen, is Chanel Les Beige. This is something that I kind of add into my summer skincare makeup routine. It's a really beautiful pressed powder. I'm using the shade 40, so I tend to use it as a bronzer, but what I find lovely about this powder is it's not incredibly mattifying. It gives a bit of warmth to the skin, a bit of glow, and it gives it kind of like a dewy powder finish. So it's not obviously wet because it's a powder, but what it does is give a glow to the skin without making it look too flat or one-dimensional. And this does have SPF 15 in as well, so I've been loving using that. And the combo I use it with is actually this brush by Bobbi Brown, which I've kind of got out because I've been using this powder, and now it comes everywhere with me in my handbag for touch-ups. It's the Bobbi Brown Face Blender brush. This is a newer one, so it's a little bit narrower looking. My older ones have kind of splayed out a little bit more, but it still has a very kind of flat, dense top. So it's really good for picking up kind of bronzer shades, buffing them on, and then using the bristles to kind of buff it out. And I like it kind of just putting it into the hairline, across the bridge of the nose, sort of like for a natural hit of light and warmth. I just like using that, and I find the two together, they work really, really well. So the next makeup favourite comes from Stila, and it's their Mile, I think it's called the Mile High Lashes Jet Black Mascara. I'm super picky when it comes to mascaras, as I find a lot of mascaras tend to leave kind of panda eye underneath, on my bottom lash especially. This has quite a thick comb. It definitely feels more like a kind of plastic wand, but the teeth and the bristles I find are spaced out really well, that they kind of have the little gaps and then bristles within the gaps, if that makes sense. It's quite a short brush, it's not really, really long. You might find you want to use a separate one for your bottom lashes, however I can use it on both my top and bottom. But I just find this gives a really thick volumized lash. It's not what I'm wearing today because I'm going to be using it in a video soon, but this wears really, really well on me. It's truly black, and I find this gives a lot of thickness but still with separation, so it's good if you like kind of a full lash without it being clumpy. Yeah, I really, really like that, and that has definitely been something that I've been using in between this and I always go back to my Scandal Queen Fairy Drops mascara. That's been a favourite for ages, but so I always like it when I find a new mascara that impresses me. Now moving on to lip colour, summer for me is always when I love to experiment with lip colours. I love wearing poppy bright shades, and the Rouge Couture lipsticks by YSL, I think, are just a total fail-safe. You can find so many different colours that are beautiful. One that I always come back to, I think I've had it for several years now, and I had to use it in a video recently for another job I was doing, which reminded me how much I love it, is the, I think it's called Laurent shade 13, and it's this gorgeous kind of reddy orange, and I find this colour just really livens up the skin, the complexion, makes you look super awake and glowing, and it's a really nice way to add kind of quick glamour, just adding a really nice quick lip, especially when you start to get a little bit of tan with summer. And yeah, that is a colour that I always come back to. The second one that I recently did a blog post on as well is this shade, which is number 27. And I always want to describe it as kind of like a chalky pink. It's not super magenta, it's not really, really like kind of pale pink, and it's not like a poppy bright pink. It's like in between. So I'd say it's kind of like a chalky, almost like sweetie pink colour, and I really love these. What is nice about these is they're actually quite moisturising, but you still get a full pigment colour. I am kind of a sucker for matte lipsticks. I always go to them because they're really easy, but I just love these for a nice change. And like I said, they're not drying on the lips, and you get a lot of impact with this lipstick. So they're one that I love in my pro kit and on myself, especially for summer. So budget buy favourite I've been loving at the minute is by Kiko, and it's their Free Spirit Lips and Cheeks. I've got the shade number 2. I don't know if they have names as well, but it's this really beautiful, it's kind of like a corally pink, I would say, quite light, but it's really, really nice. Again, you can use it on cheeks as well, but I actually prefer this as a lipstick. It's quite, I'd say, like satin creamy finish, so not full cream, not too matte, it's somewhere in the middle, but this leaves a really gorgeous lip, especially with the tan, and I've been really liking these for days where, even if I just do quite kind of like matted lashes, I'll do my lashes with quite a lot of mascara and make them a bit spidery looking, and then this lip looks really, really nice. And then one more brush favourite as well comes from Gucci. I don't know if anyone's tried the Gucci brushes. I know everyone's raving about the makeup, which I am one of those people as well. I love the makeup. But the brushes, I got sent this one, which is the Angled Brush 23. And it is just so beautiful. It says Gucci on the barrel. Check I'm showing you guys that the right way up. And it's just a really nice kind of, I think it's dual fibre brush hair, but it's really, really lovely. I like this for eyeliner, for brows. I think this is really nice for doing kind of little detail work of eyeshadow, like smudging your lash line out. And I think if you're going to get one good brush, sometimes it's good having a brush that you can use for more than one thing. So really, really like that, and that's kind of made its way into my makeup bag, so I've used that a lot this month. Now, a couple of random favourites I've been loving this month come in the form of books. I've been trying to get back into reading again, but I find I'm really bad at kind of starting lots of different books, and then I put them down, I forget where I've started, and then kind of the book gets left on my bedside table. So I found these in Waterstones. They're called Penguin Little Black Classics, and they're all really super thin. They're like little short stories, but they're all by really famous authors. So I brought, I've got Emily Bronte, I've got Charles Darwin, I've got Hans Christian Andersen, which is the one I'm reading at the minute, and they're kind of like old fairy tales, which is really nice, and Walt Whitman, and they're just really nice because they're really small, short, like I said, short stories or short poems. I think they cost about 80p, you can get them from Waterstone, so definitely check those out, and they're quite a nice thing to collect as well. And then last but not least, for June favourite, something I wanted to tell you guys about was Moo. I don't know if anyone's, it's quite well known, I think a lot of people probably do know about it, but I've always used them for my business cards, and recently I had some kind of little flyers made, which I actually like using as like note if I'm writing often like competition winners, or if I'm writing things, little thank yous to people. These are really, really nice. So they have my YouTube address and my website address on the back, and then they have, I'm going to try and hold this really still so that the camera can focus, my little drawing, which is my little logo, which my friend Kate, who is one of my best friends from back home, actually drew me when I first started Harry Makes It Up. And I just really like it. They're just little plain cards. So again, they're really nice to have, like, I mean, I'm such a stationery obsessive. It's hilarious. I get so excited by stationery. So I always think personalised stationery is a lovely thing. And I've been using those loads. So if you're looking for some way to make your own kind of stationery or letterheads or business cards, definitely check out moo.com. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I hope you've had a really good month of the month of June, and I'll see you soon for more videos. Thanks very much, guys. Bye.